Good evening. Welcome back to Relationship Cake and Ice Cream. And today I'm going to talk about you are not who he said you were. A lot of times in relationships, we hear ourselves being called names that we do not identify with. Many times we find ourselves being called names that we do not identify with. And I'm speaking specifically to women, but I'm here today to tell you that you are not who he said you were. I've noticed that many women, we absorb those labels. Those labels make us sad, if for no other reason, because usually those labels that are negative labels are coming from a man that we say we love, and a man who says he loves us. So a lot of times we find ourselves identifying with those labels unnecessarily because it's not you most of the time, it's him. He doesn't like himself. He doesn't want to deal with his issues. I recently saw a post that said, "Can a woman heal a broken man?" I thought it was interesting because we don't usually hear men being referred to by adjectives such as broken. But there are many men in this world who are broken and are in relationships and unable to address their own brokenness. And so women they say they love become the person under attack because they don't know how to deal with their own brokenness. So I'm here to tell you today, when you hear him telling you that you're no good, that he interchange bitch and baby, those are two words very interchangeable in relationships. When they angry, you a bitch. When they happy, you're their baby. Okay? Are they telling you, accusing you of doing things that you aren't doing, in many cases have never done, or even if you have, it was so long ago, you would think that they have overcome it because you're not that person anymore, but they continue to bombard you with negativity, unloving behavior, negative vernacular to describe you. You have to wonder, who are you sleeping with? And many women are sleeping with the enemy, not literally, but because the interaction is negative many times, it can feel like you're sleeping with the enemy. But you are not who he said you were. You are definitely not that. Tell yourself today, make yourself know that you are not who he said you were. Those words that are being used are intentional. They are words meant to make you feel the same pain that he feels in his own brokenness. Those words are to make you feel defeated like he feels in his own brokenness. Those words are something that he does. He projects his own brokenness onto you so that he doesn't have to deal with it. Okay, you are not that person. You are the same loving, caring, open, generous person you have always been. And I know you shaking your head. You can't figure out most of the time where these words that are not you at all are coming from. But that's his problem. Those are words that describe him. Those are words that he fights with himself about every day. You probably don't even know the man is broken because guess what? He doesn't share his life story with you. How many of you with men, they want you to tell them your whole life story? Every man you ever been with, every man you ever been in a relationship with, every man you may have had sex with. He want to know your whole life story. You think he tell you his? He only tells you the parts he wants you to know and believe. And he will always make it sound like he was the victim. Okay, he's always the victim. He's always going to be the victim That's what it is. And while you busy telling him your life story, he's busy dissecting it, taking out bits and pieces that he could use later to attack you whenever you confront him about his stuff. He dissects that stuff you tell him. He tears it apart, keeps the parts that benefit him so that later on he could use it against you when you are having an argument or disagreement. When anything crops up that you're concerned about his behavior, he uses that stuff to attack you with it. Yes, I just want you to absorb that, to think about it, to understand it, to know that that stuff is not about you at all. It's all about him. Why you think it's about you, it's not. It's all about him. Why you there trying to get over it, why you hurting you and me, why you trying to understand why this man that you love is attacking you, why you there struggling with it, why you thinking how you could be a better girlfriend, a better wife to him, why you and him, how you and him can have a better relationship. While you there struggling with all of that, he's not saying a word. Because he done put you on a defense now. He's attacking you. You on a defense, trying to defend yourself against this brutal attack from the man that you say you love. You're there doing that. You're going to do that because you love him. You want this relationship to work. Because many women, we have our own brokenness to deal with: abandonment of fathers, sexual abuse issues, bad boyfriends who abused us. So we women, we have our own issues to deal with. So when we get in this relationship that we decided we're going to open our whole heart for, we're going to jump in 100%, and then we find ourselves under attack, we busy trying to figure out how we're going to fix it. That's what we want to do because we don't want to go through any of those bad things again. So we there on the defense trying to figure out what we did wrong, what we could do right, how we can make it better, when it's nothing that you could do about it. Because you being attacked today is going to happen again, and it's going to happen again, and it's going to happen again, because it's not about you. It's really about him. And what you have to realize is you have to make a choice. Okay? You have to be honest and open. You have to let him know you're not going to tolerate it, that you're not doing this with him. This situation can't happen again. It will not happen again while you are together. You have to make a choice. Is this how you want to live? Is this what you want to deal with on a day-to-day basis? Do you want to deal with somebody who is not able to communicate, to function, to open up, to talk, to mend, to heal, and have a healthy relationship? Is this something you want to deal with? Because otherwise, you're going to continue to have this situation where he's violating you verbally. Violation of you verbally may very well become physical. We already know it's a mental struggle, especially for women, because we are connected to men. Not only are we connected physically, we're very connected mentally and emotionally to our men. And when anything is going wrong, we disconnect. And once we disconnect, we have a hard time opening ourselves up to reconnect fully, because we're constantly waiting for the other shoe to drop again. Once bad behavior is exhibited, we're waiting for it to show up again. We're on the defense from that point forward in the relationship every day. We don't know what the trigger is going to be. We don't know why this bad behavior was triggered. We start to think that we're the cause. We believe we are the cause. And then we start to figure out how we're going to fix it. We start to believe that we are exactly who this person said we are. We're not cheating. We on the defense to show that we're not cheating. We steady trying to explain anything. You stopped at the grocery store. You stopped and saw your girlfriend. You was talking to her. Okay, anything. You're on the defense about it because the man have already labeled you as something you are not. So you're constantly defending yourself against it, constantly trying to prove your love by defending yourself. You shouldn't have to prove your love. Somebody that you have to consistently prove your love to is broken. Somewhere along the line, they were in a situation where their love was mistreated and they're broken. And now they want you to fix it. You have to constantly prove your love in order for them to be fixed. They'll never be fixed. They're not going to be fixed. The only way they can fix it is if they're willing to deal with their own brokenness and pain from it. Excuse me. This what has to happen. This is why you see people in relationships. They in relationships for 10 years, 20 years, 25 years till the kids get grown. And by that time, women is tired. They tired of being mistreated, tired of being called names, okay, tired of being accused of things that they're not doing. And so by the time the children get out the house, they ready to go. Now he's upset because now, of course, you ready to go because you tired of the mistreatment. And he's thinking the same thing he been thinking all the time, just to show you how it never ends, that you must have somebody else. That's why you're ready to leave now. But you just decided you've had enough. And then you're ready to go. So don't fool yourself. Don't trick yourself into believing that what he says to you is the truth. Don't let him beat you down with it mentally. Don't let him beat you down with it emotionally. There's no use in crying about it, being upset about it. It's not going to change. A broken man will treat you like a broken man treats you, unable to really connect emotionally, mentally, scared like the little boy that he is. Scared. Scared to tell anybody that he's broken. Scared that he won't be perceived as a man. Scared that being broken will make him weak. Scared that being broken will make others think that he's weak. And so you become the person he takes it out on. And you want to love him. That's why you there. You want to love him, but he too scared to accept that because he's so broken. So just remember, you are not who he said you are. You are not. Thank you for listening.